Controlling your graphics card cooling. Tired of your graphics card being the loudest component in your computer, and you think you've tried just about everything short of throwing it out the window to make it quieter and cooler? Well, today we're going to talk about some tips and tricks on how to manage your graphics card's thermals and acoustics. First step is cleaning. Try to move any wires away from the fan intake to prevent them from hitting the fan blades and also to improve airflow. Then you can use a can of compressed gas duster to dislodge the dust from the fan and on the heatsink, and at the same time, you may as well clean out the rest of the case fans as well. Drivers. Next, we will want to update the drivers to your graphics card as well as Microsoft DirectX. These updates can sometimes help improve performance of your graphics card and also better help control the fan speeds. The more efficient your graphics card is, the less work it needs to do, and therefore less heat. I recommend going to NVIDIA.com or ATI.com to get the newest drivers available. Now, you can find out who makes your graphics card and what model it is by using this neat monitoring tool from MSI called Afterburner. Monitoring. MSI Afterburner is a very versatile utility that works well with just about any ATI or NVIDIA card. After installing, you can go ahead and open it and run it. Immediately, it will tell you what graphics card you have if it recognizes it, and also your driver version. Radeon cards will be from ATI, and GeForce will be from NVIDIA. Below that, it will list your graphics card core, shader, and memory speeds as a megahertz rating, as well as the fan speed as a percentage. At the end of the slider bar of the fan speed, you'll see a button for auto. This will have the driver software automatically adjust the fan speeds for you. Now, if you want, you can unselect this and set the fan speed manually to a fixed percentage. Now, in the next window over on the right, this graphs the GPU temperature, GPU usage, fan speed, and the frequencies of the card. However, the first three are the best ones to look at to help you figure out what's going on when your graphics card is under heavy load. Testing. Now, this is where the fun begins. Bundled with MSI Afterburner is a program called Combustor. Go ahead and install it. Just be warned, it will require all the critical DirectX updates to work. Once loaded, on the lower right hand corner you'll see a box labeled Burn In Test with a big button called GPU Burn In. Now, this test will practically push your graphics card to 100% and will quickly bring it to its max temperatures. You can use this program to make sure that your fan settings are adequate during heavy loads. It takes up to 5 minutes or so to reach your graphics card's maximum temperatures. And believe it or not, most cards can go safely at 100 degrees Celsius, but I would recommend only around 80 degrees Celsius for everyday use when you're playing games and whatnot. But depending on which card you have, some of them might even hit 95, 90 degrees depending on your ambient temperature. Now, also under MSI Afterburner, if you want to further tweak your fan speeds, MSI Afterburner will allow you to customize the fan speeds based on temperatures of the card. Now, you can access these settings by clicking on the settings here. Next, click on the Fan tab and enable user-defined software automatic fan control. Here, you'll see a graph of fan speed percentage versus degrees Celsius. Now, you can change the graph mode from linear to step by double-clicking on one of the points. You can also add points by clicking anywhere on the green line. And once you have points on the graph, you can click on them and move them wherever you want. Once you have the graph or the fan settings that you like, you can go ahead and press OK and it will save the settings for you. Now, I do recommend for you to test out your new fan profile using Combustor, just to make sure it works out to your satisfactions and your expectations. If your card overheats, it'll usually only cause the computer graphics card to lock up, or the drivers to stop, or the machine to reboot. And if that's the case, just wait for your computer to reboot or shut it down manually. And after your computer reboots again and it's back in Windows, everything should be okay. You can go back in to modify the settings so it doesn't happen again. Aftermarket options. If nothing works still, well, you might need to try some aftermarket coolers or place the thermal paste of your graphics card between the heatsink and the graphics processor itself. But just understand, if you do so, you will probably avoid the warranty on your graphics card. Another thing you can do is to improve case airflow. And you can also add fans that directly cool your graphics card. We'll talk more about case cooling in another video. Okay, thanks for watching and good luck with your graphics card cooling.